Success is a habit, not an end result. Think of the first thing that you do in the morning when you wake up. Do you hit the snooze button and go back to sleep? Or do you get up with a smile on your face as soon as the alarm goes off and start getting ready to face the day? If you answered the latter, you could be well on your way to achieving your success. It might not sound like a big deal, but start the day early, and having a good morning routine are habits that most wealthy and successful people have. If you constantly hit the snooze button, it's not too late for you. Anyone can develop this habit and become more successful in their lives. Have a look at why these two habits are important and think about how you start your day. Starting the day early. Most regular people set their alarms at night before they go to sleep. They set it at a particular time because they know that waking up at that moment gives them enough time in the morning to get ready and go to work. Some people hit the snooze button for an additional 15 minutes of sleep. This throws off their morning routine. The 15 extra minutes that they spend sleeping would need to be compensated later on by hastening their other morning rituals. The haste adds unnecessary stress and anxiety so early in the morning. You will be stressing about being late to work or getting the kids ready. Next thing you know, you forget to do important tasks in the morning due to being in a rush. The stress from the morning could be carried over throughout the rest of the day as schedules get thrown off, even with just 15 minutes of extra sleep. People could end up being late for work and missing important meetings. In their haste to leave, they might forget important documents at home. Worse still, they might end up getting into minor accidents because they are driving faster than usual. The possible consequences of hitting the snooze button on the alarm clock are endless. Unlike other people, a successful person would usually set his alarm at night and then wake up promptly as soon as it goes off. This is his way of controlling his day instead of just reacting to it. When you do your morning routine without need to hasten your actions, you start the day relaxed and focused. You are not reacting to the idea of being late by rushing through breakfast or skipping it altogether. Instead, you have complete control of your morning and have the peace of mind knowing that you have enough time to do your routine and get to work. When you have complete control over your actions and emotions, you are setting the pace for the rest of your morning routine and the rest of your day as well. For some people, getting ready means waking up at 5 a.m., while for others it could mean waking up at 7 a.m. That's because some people take longer to get ready while others don't. There's no exact formula for the right time to wake up, but most successful people wake up very early in the morning to be able to do more and maximize their day. Can you imagine waking up every morning feeling refreshed, have enough time for your morning routine you enjoy, and making it early to work regardless of traffic? You can do this if you focus on creating this positive habit. Have a morning routine. How you start your day will dictate how you live your life. If you start your day by answering your emails, for example, you are doing something for somebody else first thing in the morning. This action tells you that you are prioritizing work over everything else. This could also possibly subconsciously make you think that other people's needs are more important than your own. This puts you in the wrong mood first thing in the morning, since you are starting off your day being reactive to what is happening around you. On the other hand, if you start by doing personal things like meditating, exercising, or setting personal goals for the day, then you are prioritizing yourself before anything else. This is what a successful person does. Successful people know that they have the power to control what happens in their life. Therefore, they make it a priority to work on themselves first thing before everything else. They know that they alone can determine their success or failure, so they work on their most important asset, which is their mind, body, heart, and soul. Start with your body. A good morning routine consists of doing something that will maintain your health. Things like exercising, maintaining proper personal hygiene, eating breakfast, drinking water, and the like are some examples of routines that you can do that's good for your body. Having a healthy body gives you more energy to tackle the toughest task of your day. The energy surge you get from working out will allow you to perform at your best. You will feel refreshed, and you will no longer feel the drowsy feeling of waking up late and exhausted. Doing some quiet reading is a good morning routine that will feed your mind. Reading increases your knowledge and feeds the mind. Try quietly reading news articles or try reading a book in the morning and see what happens. Reading can put you in a positive mood and help you change your mindset in the process. Setting personal goals for the day is another way to nourish your mind. Your daily goals give your mind a virtual roadmap that it can follow to help you attain success. Having a clear picture of what you want to do could make it easier to reach it. Setting daily goals also helps you organize your day. If you don't set clear goals, you will regret it once you realize you wasted your day doing an unimportant task. For your heart and soul, simple morning routines like cuddling with your loved ones, praying, and meditating can do wonders. Meditation and prayer support relaxation, whereas spending time with loved ones in the morning promotes bonding and fosters communication. When you feel relaxed, you are more centered and focused on achieving your goals instead of reacting to stress and anxiety. When you feel loved, you feel more inspired to succeed. Try meditating by using online guides or downloading a free app. It can seem daunting if you have never meditated before. However, once you create the habit of meditating every morning, you will see how beneficial it really is. Case study. Bill Gates, the richest American and the chairman of Microsoft, had visualized the computers running on every desk and Microsoft software on every computer long before it ever happened. Bill Gates has described his imagination and foresight as one of the greatest assets to achieving business success. He developed new technology and designed new opportunities due in large part to the creative thinking aspect of engineering. Where is the world of technology going? How can we create and innovate existing concepts? How do people imagine the future regarding a certain medium? Whatever the industry, dreaming up the future is the first step towards seeing it realized. Creating something that solves a problem, fills a need, or engineers innovative solutions begins with making the transition from creative thought to applied principles. Bill Gates states that his biggest personal regret is not learning about global poverty and indecencies that plague many countries sooner in his life. He took to social media this year during college graduations and gave many millennial graduates advice on where to go from here, including staying energized and focusing on the sciences, energy, and artificial intelligence industries. His philanthropic aspirations show us that even though business is important, people still have a responsibility toward the world around us. Managing your time effectively is key. Chapter 2. Failure is just part and parcel. Perhaps the most difficult part of trying is failing. For instance, one may try every step mentioned in the law of attraction and that of Hill's principles, yet end up with nothing but a broken hope of becoming rich. This failure can be the sole reason for the person to give up all of their faith with the promising power of their mind. Some people can also be disheartened over a single failure that a second trial is way too scary to consider. What people must be reminded of is that the greatest achievements recorded in the history of humankind were completed successfully after several trials and failures. Failing is a necessary evil for a person to grow. Take every failure as an opportunity to learn, grow, and develop yourself. Most people are afraid of failure primarily because it has the power to bring strong feelings of being foolish, useless, and incompetent. Nonetheless, failures can always happen to anyone at any time or place. What one must learn is how to handle the situation accordingly. Even if you do fail, you have to train your mind to get back up and try again. A failure might simply be the universe trying to tell you that you need to alter your plan. A positive mindset can eliminate the fear of failure. Everyone experiences failures, yet people differ on how they behave after the said experience. This is because people differ in the kind of outlook they utilize to view their life events. In reality, what matters is not what one experiences, it is how one reacts to such experience. Thus, changing one's mindset regarding failure is a key to handle them effectively. Failures are opportunities for people to improve themselves and aim for the better. Instead of fearing failure, people must consider it as a challenge. This way, failure itself will serve as a motivation for people. Indeed, there are several ways on how one can view failure aside from it being the dark and scary experience. Moreover, there are plenty of other ways on how one can deal with the said experience. One of which includes not taking failure personally. Failing is an experience that describes one's interaction with the world. It is never about the person. Thus, it must not be taken personally. One must learn to be objective with his or her experiences. If one does not want to encounter failure, then they must stop thinking about it. Sometimes people fear failure so much that they unwittingly are making it their goal. Focusing too much on failure will result in its manifestation. We have so many fears that might never actually come to fruition. So in reality, why worry if it might not even happen? Lastly, one must develop his or her perseverance. Quitting after a failure will lead a person nowhere. A person facing failure straight in the face is courting the greatest success. Perseverance can be more beneficial than talent. If you keep trying, anything is possible. All you have to do is pick yourself up and go back to the drawing board every time you face failure. A lot of wealthy and successful people say that the road to success is never easy. It often requires sacrifice, sweat, blood, and tears for you to achieve your goals and enjoy a successful life. On top of all that, you will encounter mistakes, failures, and rejections along the way. The path to success is in a straight line. It has its ups and downs along the way. The universe will test you to make sure that you really want it bad enough. In this process, it is helping you develop skills that you will need once you finally reach success. All these can easily discourage and distract you from achieving your goals. What keeps successful people from throwing in the towel is their persistence. Persistence means that you never give up on working and achieving your goals, despite all the hardships and obstacles that you encounter along the way. It is so easy to up and quit when you are faced with tough and seemingly impossible to overcome obstacles. But when you persist and never give up, there is a deeper feeling of satisfaction in knowing that you worked through it, and then ended up winning. Take Jack Ma, for example. The founder of a multi-million-dollar online buy and sell, the company was said to have been rejected by Harvard 10 times before he finally succeeded in life. Other famous success stories include Thomas Edison, who was described by his teacher as someone who is too stupid to learn anything, and Walt Disney, who was once fired from a job at a newspaper company because he supposedly lacked imagination. Today, Thomas Edison has over 1,000 patents to his name and is a world-famous inventor. Walt Disney's company is now worth billions of dollars and is the one place where imagination thrives. These setbacks obviously did not deter them from pursuing their dreams, and they have succeeded. If they had quit on their dreams, we might have never known their names. Imagine if Walt Disney had believed he lacked imagination. He would never have inspired and entertained millions of people like he has today. We need to be grateful that these legends persevered, and we have to follow in their footsteps to achieve our own goals and leave our own legacy. These people, who are now millionaires and billionaires in their rights, became successful because they believed in their talents. They know that the opinion of one person is not the opinion of the entire planet. They believe that somewhere in the world there is a person who shares their ideas and could help them succeed. They persisted with their passions, whether it's for drawing or for inventing, without heeding the naysayers who always try to bring them down. All it takes is for you to believe that you can accomplish whatever you are passionate about. It doesn't matter how many hardships you face, or the amount of people that tell you it can't be done. As long as you believe it, there is nothing that can stop you from achieving it. Persistent people succeed in life because they don't see mistakes and failures as permanent roadblocks to their success. They see them as temporary setbacks, where lessons can be learned. Mistakes are opportunities to try again and not quit altogether. It just means they haven't found the right formula yet, so they need to start again. Their positive attitude towards failure helps keep them going and trying another experiment using different variables from their previous failed experiments. Being persistent is considered as a quality of a person with a strong character and inner strength. They are the ones who never complain and never quit. Making a habit out of persistence can make you a winner, no matter what the outcome is. Only people who persist can reach their dreams. Don't confuse persistent with being a pest. The paparazzi are perfect examples of what being a pest is. To them, it's just persistent when they pursue a celebrity for a picture. But when they are trying to get photos of a celebrity's private or intimate moments, then it's no longer persistence. There have also been many instances where people get into accidents just by trying to avoid paparazzi. There's a fine line between persistence and being a pest. Don't be the latter. To make a habit of being persistent, you must practice strengthening your willpower. You must also discipline yourself into enduring despite all the hardships that come your way. Setbacks are already considered as a given. You just have to power through it and try again. You can practice this in anything that you wish to accomplish. It can be as small as eating healthier or exercising more. Stay focused and accomplish these small goals without giving up. By giving up on a simpler goal, your subconscious mind will get into the habit of quitting every time something gets hard. If your business venture did not work out, don't be discouraged. Learn from your mistakes. Look at it from a different angle and try again. Even if you get rejected several times, don't let it dampen your spirits. Thomas Edison once said that for his many failed experiments, he insisted that he did not fail and that he just found 10,000 ways that it did not work. Look at the positive side of failure and learn from it. Sometimes it is better to fail a few times so that you can have the experience for when it matters more. The next time you have the opportunity to prove yourself, you will be much better prepared thanks to your previous failures. Find people whom you trust and love to help you get up from this setback. Take a breather and try again. Sooner or later, you will find something that will succeed. It's just a matter of finding the right formula at the right moment. Reevaluate, review, and try again. If your plan didn't work, figure out why and work on improving it. Rather than wasting your energy on feeling like a failure, use it on improving yourself and your strategy. Whether you like it or not, at some point in your life, you will encounter failures and mistakes. How you handle these problems dictate how much you will succeed in life. Handle problems like they are insurmountable obstacles, and you will have stopped experimenting altogether and never experienced success. But handle them as temporary setbacks and lessons learned, and you will have been able to reach the right formula for success with your persistence. Case study. Colonel Sanders is one icon that is worth knowing. More than just recognizing him as a person who started KFC, the generations to come should know his contributions to the food industry and gain inspiration from his life. Colonel Sanders went through a lot before he finally succeeded. He also started late in his life. That is something we can look up for an inspiration. The life of Colonel Sanders teaches us never to give up. If we endeavor continuously for our hopes and dreams, we can achieve things similar to what Colonel Sanders has done. Remember that every time you see his face on the KFC logo. Chapter 3. Invest in yourself. Investment is about increasing the value of your assets. In other words, it is about maximizing what you have. By investing in yourself, you become better, smarter, and stronger. This can help you in any aspect of your life, and the skill to continually improve is a very important one to have. Let's take investing in property as an example. You could buy a home and wait 10 or 20 years until the market value is much higher than the purchase price. Or you could invest time, effort, and a little money in improving it, repainting, redecorating, maybe adding a pool. By doing those things, you accelerate the rise in the market value of the home. That's what flipping property is all about. The same goes for people. If you get a job and you stay there 20 years, you'll be earning more when you leave than when you started, simply due to the cost of living increases. You may never be promoted, or take on any new functions, or even learn anything. But by the time you leave, you'll be making more money. If, however, you invest in yourself, learning, acquiring new skills, constantly seeking new challenges, chances are, somewhere along the line, you'll be noticed. And that will translate into promotions, raises, and maybe even moving to newer, greener pastures. What it boils down to is simple. What you put in is what you get out. Start learning new skills on your free time. rather than wasting time watching TV or taking unnecessary naps. Use your time wisely and educate yourself. There are many resources that you can use to learn anything you can imagine, all from the comfort of your home. Not only will this help your career, but it will also boost your self-esteem and give you a renewed feeling of accomplishment. Your positioning determines where you'll end up. In real estate, there's a saying, all that counts is location, location, location. Since you are the designer, architect, and builder of your lifestyle, how you position yourself will determine where you end up. If you sit in a corner, quietly waiting for life to happen to you, chances are you will go unnoticed, regardless of your skills, talents, and value. If you make sure you are visible, and that you not only accept credit for your achievements, but demand it, you will find that you will be noticed and be far more likely to climb the ladder to any success you dream of. Think of positioning as the sales function for you Incorporated. You've worked hard, invested time, money, and effort to have the skills and knowledge you have. Now you need to market your product. Would you venture out there to sell something with a lousy handwritten letter and a stilted, disjointed sales pitch? If you did, you'd be a terrible salesperson. No, you'd make sure that you looked the part, had slick sales material, and your pitch was polished to a fine sheen. You'd prepare and position yourself and your product to be irresistible to your clients. That's exactly how you need to handle your life, positioning your product, you, in such a way that your clients, the world, just can't say no. Give them an offer they can't refuse. Look, speak, and act like you know what your worth is. And no one will doubt for a second that it's true. Fake it till you make it. If you practice being at the right location and meeting new people that might help you achieve your goals, you will notice an increase in your self-esteem. What comes after your name determines its worth. Have you ever looked at the business card of a professional? Chances are there are a series of letters, all of which indicate their success in studies, from MD to PhD, MBA, and more. Those little letters mean a whole lot regarding how the world perceives you, right from the word go. Consider it. If you've seen one of those cards, even if you have not seen the person, you already have a picture of what they might be like, right? Learned, successful, happy, and wealthy. You're probably right. Although studies cannot give us everything, taking the time and effort to invest in ourselves by broadening our knowledge shows the world that we value ourselves, and that, in turn, increases the value the world places on us. Dr. Phil, the well-known psychologist, likes to say, "You teach people how to treat you." That's one of the reasons that the letters behind the name mean the difference in how people perceive and treat you. Of course, it's not only the letters that come after one's name. Consider the articles that you read. For instance, you may read something about Richard Branson. He never finished school, but the words billionaire entrepreneur or founder of the Virgin Empire nearly always succeeds his name. Those words were out there, not by a university or a piece of paper, but by his efforts. Depending on who you ask, this can be considered more noteworthy since it takes a lot more skills and perseverance to become a successful entrepreneur. Your network reflects your net worth. Remember when your mom and dad told you to stay away from someone because they were a bad influence? That doesn't stop when you grow up. Consider that the more people you know, the more opportunities you will be exposed to. The more opportunities you encounter and take, the more your chances of increasing your net worth will be. You have to be with the right crowd so that you can ensure your success. Then again, by sheer mathematics, your network is your greatest personal and professional marketing tool. Whether you're looking for a job or business opportunities, your network is the best place to start. They will help you become more successful in any aspect of your life. You may be wondering why I say that. Consider, however, that you might have a network of 10 people. Each one of those 10 people have 10 of his or her own. By the time you reach the third tier of your network, you will have over 1,000 people in your extended network. For this reason, you need to look after your network by keeping in touch with key people that add value to your life. True success, whether financial or otherwise, is dependent on the right connections. Building and maintaining your network makes a lot of sense. But building a power network takes you even further. You need to be clear about the criteria of the people you include in your power network. Do these people have something you value? Or do you have something to offer them? The power network is about giving and taking with the understanding that the more you give, the more you will receive. No one likes takers, but we all value those who share their resources and ideas. Not all your networks are going to be about business or career success, and they shouldn't. You need networks that fuel you in other areas, like a spiritual network of friends who will help you grow in your spiritual journey. You need a fun network of people that you enjoy hanging out with, and so on it goes. Your worth is not only measured in dollars and cents, and your network must also be balanced for real growth and success to follow. Grow your network and grow your net worth. The value of your positioning. By the same token that your qualifications and achievements determine your worth, they also determine their own. People are never purely a sum of what they know, on paper or otherwise. Personality, drive, ambition, and many other factors come into play, and it's the sum of those parts that ultimately determines your value and your worth. However, in a purely literal sense, your qualifications and achievements, the things that come after your name, will impact on your earning capability, at least initially. Consider that the starting salary for a high school graduate can be as low as a minimum wage, sometimes even less. A university graduate, however, could command a good premium starting salary just because of what he brings into the room with him or her. What's the determining factor? In an entry-level position, it could be the letters behind your name. While a degree, diploma, or certificate can never determine your total worth, or indeed your chances of success or failure in the long term, they will certainly help you get your foot on the first rung on the ladder to success. There's a huge value in taking time and spending resources on positioning yourself by increasing your knowledge, experience, finding and growing the right network. This is not only about having bragging rights, but also about creating real value in who you are and what you have to offer the world. Invest in being future smart. If you want to be successful, you're going to have to learn to become more intuitive. What the market wants today is not necessarily what it will want tomorrow or the next day. And if you focus on only providing what is required and desired today, when tomorrow rolls around, you may find yourself obsolete. Not to mention that the world's most successful people have all, in their own way, been pioneers, developing new, unheard of ways to deliver their products, services, or message to the world. Without that pioneering spirit, we'd all still be sitting in a cave, waiting for lightning to strike so we could have a hot meal. Paying attention to what the world is going to want, as much as what it wants now, will stand you in good stead when the time comes. If you're going to lead a significant, meaningful life, you need to become future smart and be a part of inventing the future you want for yourself and the world around you. Many people have been caught by surprise in the recent global recession because they thought what they had would always be what they will need to stay ahead in the future. Don't be caught by surprise. Become future smart. Case study. Tiger Woods claims to have been using creative visualization techniques for attracting success from a very early age. He has been using an incredible power of his mind to visualize exactly where he wants his golf ball to stop. Today, he is one of the most famous and successful golf players all over the world. Top Olympic athletes and other great sportsmen simulate the game in their heads and visualize themselves as the winner and a star performer a day before they play it. It has been studied that if the sportsmen are trained in their minds about the tips and the tricks of their game, they perform with equal results, or sometimes better, than the sportsmen who train for equal time actually on the ground. It is because our mind cannot distinguish between something which has been visualized over and over again in the mental imagery and something that happened in reality. Chapter 4. Dream Big. All successful people are optimistic, and all optimistic people are, in one or the other way, sooner or later, successful in accomplishing their goals of life. The optimistic people tend to see the glass half full, not half empty. They believe that the whole universe is friendly towards them, and helping them in achieving their dreams. However, what most of the people tend to do is they remain optimistic till the whole of the journey towards their goal. And when they are about to reach the goal, they lose patience, become victims of criticism, and turn their backs towards the goal when even the goal tries to pull them back, but all in vain. This is the reason we don't have a success story for every dreamer and rags to riches story for everyone who is poor. A dollar bill on the ground. When Bill Gates was asked if he would find a dollar bill on the ground, would he bother picking it up? To this, he replied that he would be more than willing to. Warren Buffett responded to it by saying that if Bill Gates would miss, he wouldn't. It is not likely they are hungry for money, but it is the optimistic built-up of their mind by which they perceive things that lead them to be the richest persons today. Wisdom of the early 20th century. The successful people of the early 20th century had so much optimism filled in them that many of the entrepreneurs of today regard them as their teachers, even if they might not have met them directly. W. Clement Stone is described as a paranoid, not the one you see in an asylum, but an inverse paranoid. While a paranoid may believe that the world was plotting to do him harm, he believed the world was plotting to do him good. He used to look for opportunities in every challenging or difficult situation, and use those opportunities to empower and enrich him or advance his causes. Napoleon Hill mentioned in one of his famous books these golden words: "Every adversity, every failure, and every heartache carries with it the seed of an equal or greater benefit." Similarly, John D. Rockefeller always tried to turn every disaster into an opportunity. Attitude to climb matters. Altitude of mountain doesn't. It is really up to us that how we perceive any situation or any opportunity. Henry Ford was a highly optimistic entrepreneur, and he believed that if we think we can do a thing or we think we can't do a thing, either way, we're right. So it is not the problem or the obstacle in our way that matters. It is our attitude towards the obstacle that matters and determines whether or not we can proceed towards our goals. Why are we right either way according to Ford? In other words, the question is, does positive thinking work, or is it just a pseudoscientific fact? If you think and believe that you can't do something or can't accomplish any task within a particular time, you simply won't. Now, if you think you can, or constantly put yourself into believing that you can, and then when the mind also responds back that yes, you can, you are more likely to do the things necessary to make it happen. Then, finally, when you have a clear picture of yourself having that task accomplished, which happens by positive thinking and positively visualizing the goal as accomplished, you surely will find the path necessary to get there and will accomplish that task even before your set deadline. Thus, positive visualization helps you in defining the target so that you can shoot your automatic target recognition-enabled hard work missile. Regardless of how curved the path is, your hard work missile will hit the target. Establish an objective or goal for your life. Success is purpose-driven. Hence, to be a successful person, you need to have precise intentions. Since we have different desires and passions, you need to figure out what yours are and discern the things that might make you happy and use it as a source of motivation. Once you determine this, you may build your life's purpose around it. You may even try to make a career out of something you genuinely love. More success is guaranteed if you are doing something that you are truly passionate about. Additionally, your goals and objectives should be realistic and attainable. Visualize yourself as a successful person. Imagining your success accurately can pave the way for easier and more effective implementation. In the long run, you will be convinced of your capacity to fulfill your goals, which in turn brings you more motivation and helps you build self-confidence. Similar to how engineers first envision the building before they create it, you should be able to picture what your success will look like vividly. However, make sure that your inspiration is healthy and positive. Do not succumb to narcissism and lose your way in the process. Remember that there are others like you who want to be successful, and competition is inevitable. Figure out what success means to you. The conventional definition of success was explained in the first chapter, but, as mentioned earlier, each person has his or her definition of success. Obviously, if you aim to thrive, you need to be able to set your own goals and standards of success and not emulate other people's benchmarks. But most importantly, these standards should be measurable. Otherwise, you may spend the rest of your life trying to achieve an indefinite goal. For instance, if your goal is to become good at your job, you can work hard to get a raise or even a promotion. However, you still have not fulfilled your goal because there is a chance for you to become even better than you already are. It will become an endless cycle, and whatever you have achieved at present will never suffice. So instead of setting an expansive goal, create a specific, quantifiable target to accomplish. Determine what expertise and materials are necessary for you to realize your goals. Once you have set your objectives, you need to figure out what it takes to achieve them. Know when to reduce your self-confidence. The axiom when it comes to business and career is that high confidence is a must to get things done. Even though this is true for the most part, lower self-confidence is also needed for success sometimes. First of all, it makes you more receptive to evaluation and feedback, and allows you to be more critical of yourself and your capacity. Being overconfident will make you dismissive of other people's opinions and critique. To be a successful person, you need to be able to appraise yourself and your skills effectively. For example, if you have a big presentation due the next day, you do not stop checking for possible oversights, and you rehearse what you are going to say over and over again until you do it flawlessly. Lastly, being less egotistic will lead you to better relationships. Respect begets respect, and if you want to work with other individuals smoothly and efficiently, you should know how to make it less about you and more about the team as a whole. Recognize which abilities you need to hone and which ones you need to outsource. Particular skills can either be acquired naturally or after continuous learning and practice. Even if you believe that you are capable of taking on several tasks all at once, this is simply not practical because it is time-consuming and can cause you to burn out. If you have more than one undertaking at hand, the best solution would be outsourcing. Knowing how to outsource less essential tasks is convenient because it helps you to get more work done in the least amount of time possible. Plus, it gives you the chance to concentrate on things that are more indispensable to your craft. Using the previous example of starting a business, you can outsource computer-related duties to information technology experts to help you get started. Create a timeline for when you want to accomplish your goals. If you do not affix a specific deadline for when to attain your objective, then you would not know whether you have succeeded or failed. When arranging a timetable, take note that it needs to be demanding, but realistic and feasible at the same time. Stay inquisitive about life. The most successful individuals have an unquenchable thirst for curiosity. When they have questions that are left unanswered or are uninformed about how certain things work, they do not just let it slide. Instead, they find a way to figure out whatever it is that they do not know. Frequently, these inquisitions take them on a chase for self-discovery, wherein the journey and the destination are as equally important. Case study. Elon Musk has proven himself to be a visionary and an effective leader, and this is evident from the many interviews and quotes attributed to him, as well as anecdotes from the people around him who know him on a personal level. It is also quite evident that he is using his influence, the best that he can do, to inspire others around him to aim for excellence and reach for something better. Vision encompasses your overall goals and ambitions in life, referring both to general aspirations as well as more specific targets. Having a vision in life will endow you with a drive to keep going regardless of obstacles that may come up. Vision also keeps you on track, lessening diversions from the task and responsibilities at hand, especially when there are distractions that lurk along the way and may derail you from your aspirations in life. Chapter 5. Hot Burning Passion. Passion allows you to be more than you think you can. Key to success. It is also what ties you through when you are not seeing results yet, or going through tough times. Most people can't do this because they don't know exactly what they want and what their passion is. And if you're not sure what it is that you want, chances are you may drift and not achieve very much. This is understandable, especially when you consider that we are living at a time in history when life is incredibly hectic. By the end of the day, you may be exhausted, and the last thing you wish to do is plan your life's goal. Then, by the time the weekend rolls around, you may be so exhausted that thinking about your life's biggest dreams is very far from your mind. Life can be hard, and when you've had many disappointments along the way, it may be difficult to believe that you can really achieve all those dreams you had as a child. The great thing, though, is that it's very easy to discover what you want to achieve in your life, even if right now you're not sure what you want. When you know what you want from life, you're much more likely to achieve it. Many people know exactly what they want and achieve their goals as a result. In a moment, I will share with you a simple technique that will help you to quickly uncover your goals that will be most meaningful to you. Disappointments and setbacks. It's rather sad that by the time many people reach their late 20s, they have had so many disappointments and setbacks, they literally close down their own ability to dream big. There can be a big difference between someone who is 15 years old and someone who is 30. Often, when we are still young, we can seem full of amazing possibilities, and we can be excited about the future. Yet, 15 years later, we may have had the stuffing literally knocked out of us by the harsh realities of life. Careers that went wrong, relationships that didn't turn out as we expected, illnesses, and all sorts of other disappointments. This is all part of growing up and learning that life is not always a bed of roses. Our challenges can enable us to become wiser, stronger, and more capable individuals, or they can cause us to become disappointed, disempowered, and disillusioned by life. Have you ever felt this way yourself? I imagine you probably have, as most people do at some point in their lives. In fact, my own experience is that most of the people I have met over the years feel disempowered and disillusioned by life to a very significant extent. It is these disappointments that condition us to expect even more challenges in the future. And sadly, we often experience what we believe may happen. In Step 7, you will learn powerful new ways to overcome your self-limiting beliefs so that you can start dreaming big again and start making exciting plans again for your future. For this moment, let's look at where you are right now. If you know exactly what it is that you want to achieve, I congratulate you, because you are one of the very few who knows what they desire. On the other hand, if you're like most people, you may not know exactly what you want. You're probably not consciously aware of all of your life's biggest goals. However, I'm happy to say that you can fix this. And it's so simple that you may even wonder how you never thought of it before. Do this exercise. Discover what you want from life. To start figuring out what you really want from life, do this simple exercise. Step 1. If you want to discover what you really want from life, all you need to do is look at your life right now and write down all of the things in your life that cause you to suffer. All the things that create pain for you on some level. They could include such things as your relationships, your career, your income and finances, your health, your family, your current abilities, your weight, your emotions, your level of happiness, and a wide range of other issues. As human beings, we are all very similar, and therefore I am pretty certain that there are many things in your life right now that you are not particularly happy about, things that you really want to change. Step 2. The next step is to convert those problems into concrete goals. All you need to do is convert each one into its complete opposite. For example, if you always seem to experience unhappy relationships, then you can create a goal to start having deep, fulfilling, lasting relationships from now on. On the other hand, if you find your career unfulfilling and you're yearning for a change, then it's easy to create a powerful new goal that by, say, 6 months from now, you'll be working in a job that you'll find both exciting and deeply fulfilling. Likewise, if you always seem to be broke at the end of each month, or if you are unhealthy or dissatisfied with any area of your life, you can easily create goals to achieve the opposite of what you are currently experiencing. Simply for the very reason that you are currently suffering from each of these areas of life means you can transform them into goals that are very powerful. Goals that will motivate you to create the change that you want to see. It's really quite simple, isn't it? Absolutely anything that has been causing you to suffer, especially if it's been going on for a long time, can be converted into its opposite to create a powerful new goal. Here is a process chart to clarify the exercise. At this point, you may believe that it's impossible to change, particularly if the problem has been going on for a very long time, or that it may be too difficult to transform. Since it's never changed before, why would you even consider that it might change in the future? It's almost natural to be pessimistic, especially when you seem to have all the evidence to validate that it's impossible to change. As Henry Ford, creator of the first automobiles, once said, "Whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right." I love this saying because it's so true. Many people hold themselves back enormously because of what they believe. However, in Step 7, you will discover some very powerful tools and techniques that you can use to overcome this conditioning. And this conditioning is definitely holding you back right now. You will learn ways to once again open up your belief in the possibility of a great future. We will work together to bring you back to the point that you were in childhood, where you truly believed anything was possible, where you were excited about the future, and where you could hardly wait to get started. Let me reassure you, you can achieve virtually anything that you want in your life, providing you set clear goals, take the right actions, and start using the strategies and tools that you discover from the next chapter onwards. Wants and needs. In Napoleon Hill's classic book, Think and Grow Rich, he explains the importance of summoning up a deep burning desire to achieve your goals. This is because desire is a powerful propelling force for change. We all have desires, and desires can be highly motivating, but desires can also get completely out of control. And they can literally drive us in ways that are detrimental to us. A deep desire to help other people can literally change the world. On the other hand, the constant desire for more and more money and material possessions can be very destructive and completely unfulfilling. Desire can be a very powerful creative force, and without it we could not live. It is desire that makes you get out of bed in the morning, to eat, sleep, and work to pay for everything that you consume, and to look after your loved ones. Even your ability to watch a movie, to read, relax, or to listen to music is a fruit of your desire. Your entire life is the expression and reflection of your desires. Desire in and of itself is neither positive nor negative. It's completely up to you whether it becomes creative or destructive. To avoid it becoming destructive, you need to understand the difference between what we want and what we need for our happiness and well-being. You need to realize that needs are completely different from wants. There are all sorts of things we truly need in our life. We need food, clothing, shelter, fulfilling relationships, security, exciting new experiences, and a whole range of other things. A need is something that we must have in order to live in a way that enables us to truly enrich our lives, and that may also possibly contribute to other people's happiness. It's something that's not necessarily emotional, but it supports our life at a very deep level. Wants are things that you don't truly need, things you could survive without, or that don't truly make you happy. For example, you may want a big house, expensive cars, and a life of abundance and endless free time. However, do you honestly need these things to be truly happy? If you achieve goals such as these, there is no guarantee you will find any of them truly fulfilling. For example, you might want to work far less and have twice the income. You could have this desire so that you can free up your time and have the money to travel the world and experience new things. This is a really great desire, and one that can definitely contribute to your long-term growth, happiness, and fulfillment. On the other hand, you may have exactly the same desire because you hate your work, or simply because you are lazy, and you prefer to do as little as possible. I discovered this myself a long time ago when I started to taste the material benefits of success. I started spending a lot of money on top of the range cars and all sorts of fun toys. At first, they made me feel successful. But quite quickly I realized that I didn't actually need those things to have that feeling of success inside. I discovered the excitement of having such things didn't last very long. In fact, I found that they didn't contribute much to my life or my happiness in any meaningful way. You can feel rich and successful right now without having any trinkets to prove to yourself that you are rich and successful. Now, please don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that you should pretend to be rich and successful when you may not be so at this moment. I'm definitely not saying fake it until you make it, as that could make you go broke quite quickly. What I am saying here is that it's important to start working on overcoming low self-esteem and gradually improving your self-value. The amazing thing is that when you do this, your environment will start reflecting that inner change, and you will encounter external opportunities that will enable you to improve your finances and increase your material benefits. So, whenever you create any really big goal for your life, it's important to discover your big why, the true underlying reason why you want to achieve that goal, and to be deeply honest with yourself. When you uncover your big why, you will have an awesomely powerful motivating force that can drive your life in exactly the direction that you both want and need. When you desire something, it's important to ask yourself whether you really need that thing or whether you just want it. Try to figure out whether you're just avoiding some form of inner change or lack of self-esteem. You need to ask yourself, do you need it in order to achieve something truly worthwhile and something that can also contribute to the happiness of others? It's always really helpful to look at your desires in this way, especially if you are creating really big goals for your life. So when you think you want something, or when you're setting your goals, remember to ask yourself, do you really need it, or do you just want it to avoid something else? Do this exercise, how to discover your big why. If you'd like to know whether you just want something, or if you really need it to achieve your life's overall plan, this is an exercise that can be very revealing. Write out each of your goals and add the words "so that" after each one. Next, fill in your reason after the words "so that," and this will bring you even deeper. Keep on going deeper by adding more "so that's" until you discover your single motivation reason for your goal. Example goal: to work half the time for twice the income, so that I have more free time and I can do whatever I want, so that I can learn new things and experience more of life, so that I can discover what I like doing best, so that I can start spending more of my time doing things that I love, so that I can experience more excitement and passion most of the time, so that I can live my life to the fullest, so that I can be deeply happy and truly fulfilled, so that I can be positive influence on others, so that they can also achieve their goals and become happy too. Big why for this goal. In this case, your goal could be to work less, make more money, and have more free time, so that you can help others also achieve their goals and become happy too. Here is a process chart to clarify the exercise. When you drill down through each of your goals like this and get the big why, you will become filled with a deeper sense of purpose, connection, energy, and passion. It's these feelings that we are after here, because they will help you enormously in transforming your goals into reality in the fastest way possible. A goal that is fueled with a burning desire or powerful motivating force behind it is truly unstoppable. On the other hand, after doing this exercise, you may find that some of your goals don't really have a big why at all, and they are not as meaningful as you first believed them to be. You may discover that these goals are just helping you to avoid something you don't really want to face. You need to make sure you do this exercise fully, because it can help you to avoid wasting a lot of time and energy on goals that are not as important as you first believed them to be. It can also enable you to inject a lot of passion and energy into goals that you discover are truly worthwhile, and this will greatly speed up your ability to achieve them. What is your passion? Knowing exactly what you want is important. When you know what you want, you are far much more likely to achieve it. You have been conditioned. Your disappointments and setbacks have conditioned you to expect a mediocre life. What you expect then limits what you can achieve. Discovering what you want is easy. Write out a list of all the dissatisfactions and frustrations in your life. Converting these into their opposites can create powerful goals. Wants and needs. You may want something because it enables you to avoid something you don't wish to face, whereas a need is something that can truly improve your life. Your big why. By using the big why technique, you can drill down to discover the single underlying motivation behind each of your goals. Case study. Apple founder Steve Jobs. Do you know that he was kicked out of his own company by the board over his own personal visions and how he was running the company? It clearly sounds discouraging and cruel, but not for Steve Jobs. Jobs believed in his vision and knew that he was going to continue believing and acting towards what he liked to do. After he got kicked out, he ended up starting a new startup computer company, Next, which developed a next-generation operating system, aroused to become the CEO of Pixar, which turned small animation studio into a global animation organization with massive fame, and eventually redeemed control of Apple. The people, who believe in themselves and their vision, don't care about being knocked down or getting failed. They know that they can arise from zero again, due to their mastery of the process of achieving. He took his failure of getting kicked out of his own company in a positive way, helping him to gain more experience at other companies. He made Apple one of the greatest companies of all time, and his own story of self-belief a history. Chapter 6. Critical Thinking. Have you ever thought that critical thinking could help you be objective? It actually can. To appreciate this, bear in mind the fact that whenever you are engaged in critical thinking, you are not going to respond to something instantaneously. Instead, when you hear something, whether it is a question or a statement, you are going to ensure you heard it right. Then you will proceed to assess what it could mean in the context it was said. Only then will you set to make a decision depending on whether it is something you can believe or relate to or not. What you will eventually see is that after evaluating all the different sections of what you have listened to, and you have had the opportunity to consolidate the different meanings, the conclusion you come to is normally one that is reasonable and objective. How to structure your critical thinking process. Pick out the distinct ideas in the material you are trying to assess. Check how those ideas relate to one another, or how they contrast against one another. Assess the relevance of every idea, and also its importance. Identify the distinct arguments in the material you have, and proceed to assess how much weight each one of them bears. Now, create arguments to demonstrate how far you agree with specific arguments as presented, and also look how far you differ with any ideas or arguments. Take note of any inconsistency you find within arguments presented. If you find any obvious misstatements, extract them so they are seen as such. Suggest a solution for any shortcoming you identify. Summon your personal values during your analysis, so that they are reflected as you design your arguments to counter those that you differ with. After speaking of distinct ideas and evaluating their veracity, can you now see there is no way you can argue out of ignorance? To pass a test of critical thinking, your arguments must be glaringly different from what is passed on along a gossip thread. Yours must, of necessity, be supported by facts from start to finish. Something else you need to note when considering critical thinking is that having knowledge is not sufficient. You should be in a position to put the events you know about, and other facts that you know, in a logical arrangement. And you need to be pretty clear of what point you are putting where, and the reason for it. The point here is that in your critical thinking, you need to have the competency to analyze data and real issues in a manner that makes sense of the information you have. Once you are able to put what you know in the right perspective, the knowledge you have can serve a more superior cause. Why critical thinking is important. As you have just seen, your critical thinking helps you to contribute to a higher cause using the knowledge you have. You can now look at the points that follow to see how this process helps. You get to know any arguments that have no basis. You get to know any fallacies contained in the information. You get to introduce objective arguments. You get to strengthen any objective arguments already presented with additional facts. You get a chance to beef up the good arguments with logical arguments. You get a chance to contribute positively to the task you find constructive. You get opportunity to improve on existing theories. You get opportunity to improve on the mode of operation in place. You get opportunity to modify the way institutions run and to enhance their strong points. In essence, therefore, anytime your knowledge is needed and it is important that it is analyzed and assessed with objectivity, critical thinking comes in handy. Does critical thinking hinder creativity? No, it doesn't. On the contrary, many critical thinkers are apt at thinking beyond the norm, beyond the surface, beyond the scope ordinary folk may think, or essentially thinking outside the box. That is, without dispute, being creative, innovative, and probably even adventurous with your imagination. In short, the fact that you are called upon to use logic while thinking critically does not disqualify you from being creative. What you cannot afford to be, even with your imagination working freely, is reckless. Instead, you evaluate points, and if they do not make sense under the circumstances, you let them go. Fruits of critical thinking: streamlining thinking. By streamlining, what is meant is giving your thinking direction. You will appreciate how important this is when you consider that you, very likely, do not have the monopoly of certain information on which you are basing your arguments. As such, it is what you have as your values and your level of competence as a critical thinker that determine the kind of argument you come up with, and how helpful that argument will be to all involved. Or do you think legal experts lose cases because they have inadequate information? For most part, this isn't the case. Often, one party is better at critical thinking than the other, or personal values of one party are at loggerheads with those of the jury, and thus the two sides cannot concur. Same information, same statuses, yet different arguments and varying deductions. The same logic is in play in other fields such as business, policymaking, and so on. When serious decisions are to be made, research is conducted in order to gather data and information. It is analyzed within the perimeter of critical thinking, and then final decisions are made, helping to improve the global economy. When you are dealing with market forces today and resources that are available, and also the locations where those resources are found, you need to have the data available that is well analyzed in order to form useful information. Critical thinking is central to this process. Otherwise, you would have resources underutilized, others overemployed, and yet others misused. With critical thinking, for example, you get to determine whether it is viable to put up a factory in one location or another, and if it is economical to use labor-intensive methods of production as opposed to mechanical-based processes. Such basic considerations can lead you putting up an industry in country A as opposed to country B, and even exporting products to country B instead of another country. Mark you, critical thinking presupposes you are ready with enough information to help you make decisions, or that you are going to do the necessary research in that regard, and know what criteria you need to explore. Have you noted the implication here that you do not need to use crude data for your decision making? This cannot happen where critical thinking is involved. In fact, it would be taking too much risk in business, in politics, and even in your personal life to purport to use information in its crude form. For that reason, it is important that in big projects you have a team of people analyzing the information at hand and doing it in an appropriate context, so that the information is put to good use. Why else do you think institutions that think big form think tanks? Something else worth noting is that critical thinking calls for you not only to be equipped with adequate information, but also to be broader in your thinking. This is the era of technology, remember? And you can seize great opportunities at a global level if you do your critical thinking right, whatever your specialty is. Being able to search and communicate globally helps you with your timing, whether you are looking to export opportunities, favorable import prices, more suitable immigration rules, or anything else. And all these processes are part of critical thinking process, helping to enhance efficiency in communication. In critical thinking, you get to organize data in a way that gives a sensible picture of something or a situation, one that helps you to form an opinion and make a decision based on that picture. In critical thinking, you also get to analyze and assess data with a view to forming a well-thought-out opinion regarding the situation. In short, you can only present an idea with valid arguments when you have been engaged in critical thinking. Enhancing creativity. Do you ever imagine that creativity begins and ends with organizing colors and patterns to form a captivating picture? Well, it does not. It extends far beyond that, including being able to organize ideas in different ways, and then assessing what each set of ideas reflects. You can use some crude analogy to bring this point home, of the idea of eating and the idea of living. Depending on how you organize those two ideas, you could be living to eat or eating to live. Do you realize how differently you would tailor your life in each case? The basic point here is that critical thinking will drive you to digging up more ideas, discarding some ideas, and also adopting others. All of this thinking and weighing of ideas ends up sharpening your creativity in a significant way. Promoting self-reflection. As you engage in critical thinking, you gauge every move you want to make in advance and weigh up its pros and cons. And since you are intent on having a fruitful life, you consider the option you have in all spheres of your life. Only after reasonable comprehensive assessment do you choose the route to follow. Of course, your values come into play all the while. So inevitably, self-reflection cannot be skipped whenever you are engaging in critical thinking. Providing a solid foundation for any scientific findings and development. Here, we are talking of a field that deals with facts and precise data, and not assumptions and generalizations. As such, critical thinking is unavoidable if you are to make any headway in science. Scientists are actually known to develop theories after serious critical thinking, and the theories and principles they come up with end up standing the test of time. Think of the law of buoyancy, the law of reflection, the oxygen theory of combustion, and such other theories. Providing grounds for democracy. Well, without introducing politics into the issue of critical thinking, you will appreciate that being able to make an informed choice of your own volition is part of democracy. In fact, how can one contend there is democracy at work, for instance, if information is not being decimated in its correctness, in whole, and in a timely manner to those engaged in voting? How, also, can anyone conclude there is democracy at work if the environment is not conducive to questioning the data provided, or even to check the veracity of the information given? In short, whenever critical thinking is enabled, democratic space is created, and people involved are happy to make informed choices. It is such a process that helps to root out politicians who are opportunists and give chances to politicians of vision, those willing to sincerely serve their voters. It is also such a process of critical thinking that allies people's baseless fears, some of which may result from general biases and prejudices. Case study. Warren Buffett always simplifies the technical details so that it becomes easier for all his shareholders to understand the business in which they have invested. This is a sure sign that he really understands his own businesses. He believes in communicating well with each and every person who is important to his business. Chapter 7. Spot Talent. Knowing your talent is as important as knowing your numbers. The people you surround yourself with, your organization, make or break your success. No one succeeds alone. The individuals you hire, promote, and entrust with critical information, the professionals you expect to execute your company mission, are your greatest competitive advantage or the biggest drag. They're your champions for your company, or a substantial drain on time, money, resources, and potential. So many times, business owners recruit and develop leaders without realizing that their hiring and development choices are random, implosive, disjointed, and disconnected to their objectives and strategies. Their choices are not adding value. Their people are, more or less, hastily drafted into the organization through a borrowed hiring process, never truly on board, and then neglected regarding performance management and development. It's no wonder so many employees and leaders feel disengaged, uninspired, and then check out. Stop for a moment and consider the people in your organization. Do you remember why you hired that vice president of sales or operations? What made you think that controller was the best person for the job? Was it convenience? His application hit your desk when you had a hole to fill? How did your senior team get to where they are today? Were they promoted? Hired from the outside? Why this and not that person? What skills does each bring to the organization that makes him or her a valuable player? What characteristics make each a cultural fit for your company? If you feel stumped, you're not alone. We surround ourselves with people, but why do we feel in so many instances like we are stuck with what we have, that we are carrying a dead weight, or that we do not have the right fit for an important leadership position? As an owner, you might be thinking, how did I let this happen? Can I turn this around? Yes, what you need is a working knowledge of your talent inventory across your enterprise. Working knowledge of your talent allows you to align it with a greater strategy. Businesses need good people, and as an owner, you must have a working knowledge of your talent bench. This book is your field guide to strategic talent management, a platform with 9 centers of excellence that will help you analyze, understand, and implement organizational improvements surrounding your people. Strategic talent management puts you in the ready position to enhance value, optimize talent, prepare for growth, posture for sale, or transition to the next generation. Strategic talent management gives you the know-how, intelligence, and control to leverage your people. You can recruit top talent, train and develop the best players, and ready your talent for new challenges. It gives you the agility to deploy top talent. By working this system, you can lead your company toward peak performance. With the right mindset and people on your team, and the right equipment, talent management, to steer them toward a win. The only variable should be external conditions. Strategic talent management prepares you for those X factors because you'll have the team in place to compete in any environment. When an organization prioritizes strategic talent management, builds bench strength, and goes to market with a high-performing team, it will increase profitability, attract top talent, create an environment for people to do their best work, bring value to the community, broaden transition options, keep the wealth engine in the family or owned by the employees, realize that its leadership philosophy is powerful, and execute it successfully. Strategic talent management works. With strategic talent management, you start where you are and address your greatest people pain. Many owners begin this journey by identifying a single problem, such as recruiting. Then a trend is spotted. Perhaps a business repeatedly recruits and hires people who fail the organization after 6 months. Working through the 9 centers of excellence, you'll prioritize what competencies require the greatest attention immediately. Then you'll work through the strategic talent management continuum. The framework is fundamental, while the processes are designed to suit your company's human capital needs. And you'll draw from the framework provided in this book to support a new way of thinking about strategic talent management in your company. There might be pieces, parts of the talent management continuum already in place at your organization you can rely on. But there will be holes. Those gaps are where errors in hiring and the way we deal with people altogether can occur. Here is how strategic management framework is organized. Strategy and culture. These bookend strategic talent management so that your people are intrinsically connected to your drivers for success. Corridors. These are the 3 key components for creating a talent infrastructure for your company. You can think of the corridors as levels of the process, and they align within the life cycle of your talent. The strategic talent management corridors are talent acquisition, talent development, and talent deployment. Case study. Mark Zuckerberg's success is undeniable. His decisions have come a long way, but one may ask how he managed to achieve all of these. What are the secrets beyond his indomitable rise? The following list shows the answers to this interesting question. Early goal setting. Mark Zuckerberg's early life was marked with numerous computer project attempts. But when he saw the potential of Facebook, he immediately focused on it and thought of bigger things. He was a visionary that dreamt of making Facebook a tool that would make the world more open. Creating a fast and effective global communication network was his ultimate goal. Never settling for less. Initially, Facebook was just a pastime, but because of his determined personality, he pursued to make it bigger. His goal served as his motivation to make Facebook as big as possible. He refused to sell Facebook because he did not want it to be subdued by larger corporations. He already envisioned Facebook as a global project. The changes that he made on his project were not intended to make it better by just a step. Instead, he wanted developments that were bigger, bolder, and more useful. Always start small but aim big. As previously stated, Facebook was just a school project. Even if Mark already had big goals, he knew that starting small was the most effective way to start his venture. He had the patience to spare even in the struggling years of his project. Instead of waiting for a bigger source of capital, he made the most out of his limited resources. He started his project in his dormitory, with the help of his friends, and only moved to Palo Alto when they deemed it necessary. Up to this day, he still cherishes his humble beginnings and proudly recalls them whenever the opportunity arises. Confidence in oneself. Ever since as a kid, Mark was already considered gifted and a genius in the field of computer programming. Right there and then, he knew he already had it. Whatever success Mark achieved, his self-confidence never faltered. Even in instances where he was belittled or criticized, he still stood proud and ready to face another day. After all, his development greatly depends on how he handles himself, especially in adverse times. Instead of pondering on mistakes, he focused on his strengths and tried to pursue excellence. Focus on what you're good at. Part of being successful is the influx of other seemingly interesting activities that could potentially distract you from your main passion. But Mark was able to withstand this. His love for programming outlasted his love for other things. He became so focused on his chosen field that he was constantly fending off other things that could hinder his progress. He chose not to finish his college education because he knew that his love for computers would suffer if he continued. He moved to a place that he considered a proper venue that could nurture, support, and develop his talent. Chapter 8. Do whatever it takes. There are many excuses people give for being late. It is one of the classic jokes comedians like to tell. What you might not realize is that every time you are late and come up with some excuse for it, other people resent you. Whenever you are late, deep down inside, most people think that you must feel your time is more valuable than theirs, and that your plans are more important. It is easy to see how this can kill any chance you might have of building a successful relationship at a personal or professional level with that individual or group. Being late is one of the most common reasons why people feel someone is not deserving of their trust or respect. Although you might believe that being late is just how you are and that you can't help it, there is no denying that being late is a choice. You let yourself be late. The most successful people in all areas of life value time and punctuality above all else. They get started earlier, plan, and always plan to arrive ahead of time. Many successful people feel like they would rather be 10 minutes early than 5 minutes late. They arrive early and make plans to get things done while they wait if they do arrive early. Successful people who value punctuality are much less stressed and therefore tend to be more insightful, creative, decisive, and involved. Success has to start anew every day, and ensuring that punctuality remains a key focus for you is a great way to accomplish this. Most successful entrepreneurs are risk takers, both in life and in business. They understand that to succeed, they have to take steps that are potentially life-altering to reap huge rewards. But don't think that they are foolish enough to gamble everything away by taking dangerous risk. What they do is to take calculated and planned risk that won't put their business in jeopardy and could help them make a ton of money in the process. A bad risk sometimes results from thoughtlessness and impulsive actions. These usually end up making you lose more money instead of the opposite. An example of a bad risk is doing an illegal thing just to save more money, or cutting corners that could potentially endanger other people's lives just to make a bigger profit. Calculated and planned risk, on the other hand, are risks that need careful analysis and planning. When you take calculated risk, you would normally require some background information, historical data, and statistical analysis before you make your next move. These kinds of information will give you an insight into people's buying patterns, potential gains and losses, and profit projections to help you make your decision. When you take a calculated risk, remember to strike a balance between everyday work and the risk that you are taking. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. In this case, don't put all your money on going after a risky venture. Instead, maintain the parts of your business that are making a profit while taking the calculated risk to move your company forward. Don't go for every opportunity that presents itself to you. Study each one carefully before making a decision. You don't want to be in over your head in debt because you tried to grab all the opportunities at the same time. Evaluate which ones are worth doing now and which ones can be done later. One of the riskiest parts of doing business is expanding operations. There are so many factors that can affect expansion that companies are sometimes hesitant to do it. One such factor could be that the surge of the demand for your product may wane quickly before you even get the chance to finish expansion. It is risky because you might not be able to sustain the costs that you can incur with maintaining this expansion and end up losing more. To make a calculated risk regarding expansion, companies would study, take customer surveys, and rely on statistical data to back up the need for an expansion. Another risky venture is developing a new product. To grow your company, you must be willing to adapt to the changing world. A new product is sometimes needed to increase sales and interest in your company. It is risky because a new product might not be as well received as your other products. If this happens, you would have expended a lot of time, money, and effort on something that people didn't pick up on. But you still do it because as an entrepreneur, this is one of the best ways to move your company forward. To make a calculated risk of creating a new product, you must take on market research and be ready for feedback that's both positive and negative. Positive feedback will let you know which ones you are doing right, and negative feedback will help you fix what it is that you did wrong. Either way, you get valuable information. Some people will discourage you from taking that risk. Some of them have good intentions and are just afraid that you might fail. Others are just manipulative, and they want the opportunity for themselves. When faced with advice from other people, try to listen to what your gut is telling you. Your intuition will warn you if there is danger, so you should always listen to it. Meditate and be silent as you listen to what your inner self is telling you before you make your decision. Sometimes the best advice comes from within you. To make huge gains, you must be willing to make calculated and planned risk. Don't be afraid to take that leap, but make sure that you have the data, the resources, and the strength to face what lies ahead. You might not always get what you planned, but you will never know success if you didn't try at all. Take a risk, but be smart about it. Decide based on valid supporting data and not just on impulse. Trust your gut, trust your team, and trust yourself to make the right move towards your success. Case study. Jack firmly believed that the internet is the future. But the reality was not so simple. Among his friends, there was nobody who had heard about internet before, so it was very difficult for them to join his new startup. Even understanding internet was a mission impossible thing. But Jack has something others do not. He jokingly talks about his desire to teach in Harvard because his application had been turned down 10 times. It was the same tune for his early working years, as he was rejected from 30 jobs. A famous anecdote narrates how he was the only one out of 24 manager applicants to KFC in China, and the only one out of 5 police officers to be rejected. He was even told, "You're no good." Jack has dreams, insights, and power of execution on what he dreamed. The first secret? Invest in your dream. Jack did not change his belief internet will come soon to China. May 9, 1995, Jack and Jangling, his wife, and his friends gathered 10,000 yuan, about $18,000, to build website named Hongwei, www.chinapages.com. Hongwei's main business is to translate corporate data into English and send it to Sam's company, VBN, in the United States to build their English homepage. But the situation was tough. In China, even the word internet was still unfamiliar. Local companies did not know how to read their data on the web page. There was still big suspicion on the possibilities of internet business in China. Jack encouraged his colleagues, quoting Bill Gates' speech, who is also very famous in China. Chapter 9. Affirmations for Success and Wealth. Affirmations are self-talk statements, and better presented to the subconscious. These fresh images are viewed as credible by the subconscious, and they are placed in the area of subconscious having to do with the power to enhance the ability to employ particular powerful memories with less work. Through this special imagery, a person can develop the inner tools for thinking about money differently, letting the memories and images be transported to the here and now, where they're used for enhancing the way you view money, which is crucial for financial empowerment. Just why do we need affirmations for financial empowerment? Oftentimes, individuals believe these good and beneficial self-talk memories are a false belief and don't exist, but the subconscious recognizes where they're located and will direct them frontwards for increased success in finances and life. These forms of affirmations or suggestions pioneer fresh neural tracks in the mind, enhancing the ability to play these fresh, powerful images. Stale images related to negativity, weakness, deficiency in innovation, frail goal images, and the ability to develop and work a financial action plan are decreased. When the mind discovers here new self-talk affirmations, the subconscious sees them as tangible. You've likely observed a common element in those who are wealthy, in finances and in life. These winners and successful individuals tend to be enthusiastic and zealous in all aspects of their lives. This exuberance is infectious, and it tends to rub off on all of those persons with whom the successful individual interacts. A positive attitude and the might to turn that attitude into results is crucial to drawing in new opportunities, acquiring the best from financial decisions, and working with goal setting, both in business and life. As you're able to see, a positive attitude is a valuable asset, regardless what your place in the financial world. This means that you ought to assume the habit of exercising regular positive affirmations. Making positive affirmations a part of your daily function is a great way to alter your thoughts and help yourself be more financially successful. It's never too early or too late to begin this cycle of positive affirmations, and even those just beginning a financial plan may benefit from a positive attitude. Even if your position seems insignificant and you are not yet wealthy, it's crucial to display a positive attitude and not let negativeness sneak in and steal your enthusiasm. Remember that some of the most wealthy people and business owners began at the bottom and worked their way up. It truly is possible to work your way up from a small bank account to being wealthy. But without positive affirmations and a victorious attitude, this move won't be possible. Steady positive affirmations are extremely crucial for those people who want to achieve financial empowerment. Gaining wealth is never simple, but it's crucial to remember that those around you, from people you associate with to clients to competitors, feel your attitude and utilize it as a cue. If you're constantly complaining about lack of money and the deficiency in knowing how to be wealthy, the people around you will be less than invigorated. If, on the other hand, you're constantly supplying positive affirmations to yourself and the people around you, even in the hardest of times, they'll see your exuberance, learn from it, and utilize it as a cue to work harder and help develop your wealth. It truly does all come down to attitude. A positive attitude and positive affirmations can help your financial empowerment in way too many ways to mention here. How to use affirmations effectively for success and wealth. Affirmations are simple to create and utilize, but you'll need dedication to make them work. Here are some pointers to assist you in getting the most out of the mighty tools to gain newfound wealth. Affirmations work, but they have to be utilized correctly. Self-affirmations are positive statements or self-scripts that might condition the subconscious so that you're able to develop a more positive percept of yourself and your view of wealth. Affirmations might help you to change adverse behaviors or achieve financial empowerment, and they can likewise help undo the harm caused by negative scripts, those things which we repeatedly tell ourselves, or which others repeatedly tell us, that add to a negative self-perception and view of money. Consider your positive attributes. Take stock of yourself by making a list of your best qualities, attributes, or additional properties. Are you thrifty? Write it down. Are you a good budget maker? Make mention of it. Write each quality down in a brief sentence, starting with I, and using the present tense. I'm thrifty, for example, or I'm a good budget maker. These statements are affirmations of who you are. We seldom revolve around those things that we sincerely like about ourselves, rather choosing to dwell on things we'd like to alter. A list will help you break up that cycle, and using these affirmations to help you appreciate who you are will give you the confidence you need to accept your affirmations of financial empowerment. Consider what negative scripts you'd like to neutralize, or what positive financial goals you'd like to achieve. Affirmations can be highly useful to counteract negative perceptions you have acquired about your abilities to manage or attract money. Affirmations may also help you accomplish specific financial goals, like purchasing a home or a new car. Make a list of your goals, or these adverse self-percepts you'd like to alter. Prioritize your list of matters to work on. You may find that you've got a lot of goals, or that you require many different affirmations. It's best, though, to revolve around just a couple of affirmations at once. So pick those that are most crucial or most urgent and work with those first of all. When you see improvement in those areas or achieve those goals, you can phrase new affirmations for other points on your list. Author your affirmations. Use positive affirmations alone as counterscripts, or add other affirmations to mold your behavior with and about money in the future. The affirmations you'll use to mold future changes should follow the same form. They should begin with I and be curt, clear, and positive. There are two forms of future-oriented affirmations you can utilize to work toward goals. I can statements. Author a statement affirming the fact that you can accomplish your goals. For example, if you would like to bring in $10,000 a month, a statement like, I can bring in $10,000 a month, is a good start. Several experts recommend that you avoid any form of negative connotation. I will statements. Author a statement affirming that today you'll really utilize your ability to accomplish your goal. So following the above example, you may say, I will bring in $10,000 this month. Again, the affirmation should use positive language and should plainly express what you'll do today to accomplish the long-term goal of financial empowerment and wealth. Match up a few of your positive attributes with your goal. Which of the positive characters will help you accomplish the goals you've set? If you're addressing ways to stick to a budget, for instance, you may need willpower or courage. Select affirmations to support what you'll need. Make your repetitions visible so you'll be able to utilize them. Repetition is the key to making affirmations effective. You want to consider your affirmations several times a day, daily. Proceed using your affirmations. The more you affirm something, the more steadfastly your mind will accept it. If you're trying to accomplish a short-term goal, use your affirmations till you've accomplished it. If you merely want to use affirmations as a counterscript, practice each one as long as you like. Remember, Consider the message you send to the universe. Don't utilize negative words. Instead of I won't or don't want to be penniless, utilize I want to be healthy. The universe doesn't understand negative thoughts. Only thoughts are sent to the universe and send the correct message. Repetition builds habits, and your subconscious mind will align. How to begin? We can positively change ourselves to changing our thoughts and beliefs. Thoughts are like magnets. They have the power to attract according to their vibration. What we affirm to ourselves on a daily basis confirms how we feel and how we experience life. One of the most powerful ways to create the life and wealth we want is through affirmations. True? Easy ways to get started. A powerful way to get rolling using affirmations for financial empowerment is to write them down on an index card and read it throughout the day. The more you practice them, the deeper the new beliefs will click. The best times to review your affirmations are first thing in the morning, during the day, and prior to you retiring for the night. Use affirmations while meditating. After relaxing into a deep, quiet, meditative frame of mind, imagine that you have already become wealthy and know how to manage your money. Imagine yourself in the physical setting or environment that you would like, the house that you enjoy and find comforting, stacking away loads of money in the bank and receiving appreciation and appropriate financial compensation for your work efforts, and any other details that are essential for you, like the bills you want to pay off, the amount of money you want to make monthly, and so forth. Try to get a feeling in yourself that this is possible. Experience it like it was already happening. In brief, imagine it exactly the way you'd like it to be, as if it were already so. Try standing in front of a mirror and using affirmations while looking into your own eyes. If you can, repeat them out loud with passion. This is a powerful way to change your limiting beliefs very quickly. If you find it hard to believe an affirmation will happen, add I choose to the affirmation. I choose to handle my finances correctly, for instance, or I choose to acquire financial empowerment and become wealthy. Make a recording of your own voice and play it as you doze off. Some individuals swear by this technique. Attach positive emotions to your affirmations. Consider how achieving your goal will make you feel, or consider how good it feels to know that you're securing your financial future. Emotion is a fuel which makes affirmations more potent. If you don't want people to know about your financial empowerment affirmations, simply place your reminders in discreet locations. Remember, however, that it's essential that you see them frequently, or they'll do you no good. If you find yourself merely parroting the words of your affirmations instead of focusing on their meaning, change the affirmations. You're able to still affirm the same goals or characteristics naturally, but rephrasing your affirmations can regenerate their effectiveness. Ask friends to say a version of your affirmations to you. For example, Tom, you're really learning how to manage your money. You must feel great. Self-affirmations are valuable exactly as they free you from a reliance of the approval of others, but affirmations from others can be just as good as negative scripts from others are harmful. Gratitude is a sort of affirmation, one that states the following: I enjoy the wealth in my life and trust that more will come my way. Millionaire mentality affirmation. I have a millionaire mentality. Money comes to me. Millionaire mindset. What secrets do rich individuals know? What sort of mystical powers do they bear? The answer is easy. It's all in the way they think. Affluent individuals have the alleged millionaire mindset. It's this way of thinking that separates the successful souls from the rest of the population. The subconscious is very powerful. It's much more potent than your conscious mind. It can either help you accomplish your dream or hold you back from the success you want in business and in life. There are things that you can do today that could alter your way of thinking and provide you with financial empowerment. Accept absolute responsibility for everything that happens in your life. Stop faulting others for all your troubles. Center on the positive. You attract whatever you give attention to. This means that if you center on what you want, then you'll eventually get it. Enjoy your work. Are you attempting to be rich by spending 50 or more hours weekly doing something you detest? You can only be sincerely successful in life if you're doing what you enjoy. Conform to your own lead. It's true that occasionally copying somebody else's actions or ideas can lead to some levels of success. But to get genuinely successful, we must discover our own voice and make our own path. Love yourself. Trust that you have as much right to be pleased as others. Trust that you deserve nothing but the best that life can offer, and you'll surely be wealthy. Never be jealous of others' success. If you see somebody with a fancy auto or a beautiful home, say something like, "Good for him." Being jealous will only block money and wealth from moving into your life. Do you want to become wealthy? Do you want to alter your present situation? Then create a millionaire mindset by abiding by the instructions above. Shortly, miracles will start to come about in your life and blessings of wealth and abundance will start streaming in. Income setting affirmation. I'm generating 5 to 6 figures in passive income every single month. Reaching income goals. We all have dreams of accomplishing our ideal income, but without a plan and action, they'll persist as dreams only. This section contains a couple of primary steps towards accomplishing your goals and attaining the income level you want. Visualize where you would like to be in 1 year's time. Envision specific business level and what your business will be. Pick out a business that is realistic for the revenue or earnings you want. Visualize as specific as you are able to what the surroundings, environment, business will be like, and so forth. Envision your ideal customers or team members. Make visualization of your ideal day-to-day routine. Map out the steps you will need to take to be wherever you're convinced of in a year's time. Think of obstructions and ways you will defeat them. What stumbling blocks do you need to take away? Do you need particular training or more education in a given arena to help you accomplish your goals? Distinguish your negative thoughts toward accomplishing your planned business and income. When you realize the thoughts that might limit your progress, you'll be able to control them and defeat them. Take action towards your goals and envision getting the better of the things you limit your potential with. Arrive at a written plan of what it will take to be where you want to be. When you envision, visualize the ideal. When you plan in true concrete steps and actions, and follow through with them. Get hold of mentors and ask advice of those who are in the position you desire. Mentors may as well be those outside your chosen business path who will help you be your best. Study motivational content and maintain a positive outlook. Attraction affirmation. I attract new businesses and opportunities to me daily. Millions of people have now heard the law of attraction, a theory which brings phrases like positive thinking and manifesting your dreams to everyday conversations. Although it is a fairly recent phenomenon, spiritual thinkers say they've been pursuing this concept for years. The law of attraction is that our thinking brings on and imparts onto us whatever we think about. It's as if every time we think a thought, every time we utter a word, the universe is hearing and responding to us. Negativity can help you from receiving the things you wish for in life. We don't want to put ourselves down. We don't want to say, "Oh, it'll never work out for me," or "I'm not good enough," as that's what the universe picks up and returns to you. Alternatively, you are able to metamorphose your life by remaining positive. You have to begin stating things that you feel truly good about yourself. I enjoy who I am. I enjoy life. Life enjoys me. It's going to be smooth and easy. Life works for me. And you merely begin doing that. It's planting sources of good. You're not going to get it in the beginning day, but you plant the seed of good and you water it and you keep going with the affirmations, and matters begin to transform and change in your life. Know what you want and ask the universe for it. This is where you need to get clear on what it is you would like to create and visualize what you want as being as true as possible. Feel and act like the object of your desire is on its way. Center your thoughts and your language on what it is you would like to attract. You want to feel the feeling of truly knowing that what you desire is on its way to you. Even if you have to play a trick on yourself to believe it, do it. Be hospitable receiving it. Pay attention to your intuitive messages, synchronizations, and signs from the universe to help you along the way as assurance you are on the correct path. As you adjust yourself with the universe and open up yourself to receiving, the very thing you want to manifest will turn up. Cash magnet affirmation. I'm a cash-pulling magnet. Draw the money to you. Take a buck out of your pocket. Observe the green ink and number on each corner. It's a piece of paper with ink. A couple of symbols. Add a number. That's it. Individuals work themselves to death over green paper. A lot live in abject poverty, all because of how they regard green paper. The thoughts which they associate with the paper endow it with reality. It's always your thinking which causes it to be. Many don't recognize that money is a sort of energy. Everything in the cosmos is. We comprehend things as being different as those energies are vibrating at assorted frequencies. That's why you appear to be different from your pet cat, a auto, or a stove. Equivalent energy, unlike forms, money isn't immune from this general law. When two energies are harmonic, they attract. If not, they repel each other. This is why so many are poor. They are not harmonized with money, so they block its flow into their lives. To attract cash, you must be harmonized with it. We develop thoughts or accept them from an external source, charge them with emotion, and instill them in the subconscious. We send impulses which are answered by the universe. Hard work is viewed as normal. You're subconsciously disciplined to believe that working is the means through which you get money. The harder you work, the longer you work, the more money you get. This leads in an early trip to the cemetery for most. Individuals weren't meant to work 20-hour days, nor were they meant to sacrifice by working 3 jobs. God didn't give us an infinite sum of time here on earth to slave away. Not with our mind power. If this sounds drippy, it's okay. It used to sound unusual to me too, but I asked myself this question: does my current way of believing serve me? I don't want to belittle the idea of work. By thought we receive what we wish. By action we receive it. Theoretically, we have the ability to manifest money or whatever we want if we're in perfect harmony with the cosmos. Work, but never feel you have to or need to work in order to get money. This sets up one channel to riches, your job. The universe has countless channels. Devote time to work, but likewise dedicate time to thought. Your thinking produces your reality. Cash will flow into your life when you let it. If your cash flow is low, you're halting the flow. Your thinking produces your reality. Cash will flow into your life when you let it. If your cash flow is low, you're halting the flow. You're bearing negative ideas concerning money. Possibly you think it's bad, or that you need to work hard for it. There are more restricting beliefs about cash than I can list here. Negative thoughts block the flow of energy. Positive thoughts let energy flow. Try this. Find a calm spot. Grab a notepad and write down at the top of the page, what I believe about money. List your feelings. Be truthful with yourself. There's no good or bad. Simply belief systems which you are ingrained with. When aware of any limiting beliefs, you can release them. The key is to discover them. Cash is a sort of energy, just like you. When these two energies are in harmony, the possibilities are boundless. There are no limits to the universe, just those which individuals create for themselves. Easy money affirmation. Making money is easy. Believe it. We've all been told or heard at some point in our lives that if you sincerely believe something, have faith that it will happen, it will happen. Now, I know many individuals don't completely swallow that idea. And then there are those who say they practice it, but don't truly practice it. They just think they do. Then there are those who sincerely practice believing and have a tremendous success. Ever wonder why or how they do that? There are a number of steps involved in the believing, and you truly need to have it all in place before it can help you achieve your goals. Let me ask you a couple of easy questions. Do you believe, without a doubt, that you can and will have everything that you want in life and financially? Do you believe without a doubt that you'll be guided to the right situation at the right time, regardless what you'll get to where you want to be in life? Do you believe, without a doubt, that there's always a way to achieve your goals? You just have to discover it. If you answered no to one, or perhaps any of the above questions, you don't believe, and consequently won't get to where you want to be. Believing requires this complete trust that everything will work out, that you will do your part in finding solutions, while trusting and knowing that you can and will get what you want out of life. So how do we arrive at that level? Firstly, you have to get there by assuming small steps. Start fixing small goals, even with matters you know will happen, and then trust and relinquish. Discover what happens. You could do this while you're driving. Trust that you will get to your destination on time and have a simple commute. See what happens after a week of doing this. If you lose your keys, tell yourself you know where they are, and then trust that you will find them at the correct time. If you're not sure about a decision you have to make, consider all the possibilities. Then tell yourself that you're making the correct decision. After a while, you'll by nature consider it again, and you'll make your conclusion easily. The key is to believe and relinquish. Sometimes you have to distract yourself so you won't be concerned. Worry is the opposite of believing. It's saying, I don't believe, so I have to worry, as by worrying I can make it better. But you can't. I advise you begin small so that you develop this practice. As when the huge decisions need to be made, you'll know the process works, and you won't worry. You'll believe that you can and will do what you need to do and accomplish your goals. This procedure is so easy, yet so mighty. But it takes time to acquire the habit. This practice of believing is vital to your financial success. Without it, everything else you do will be senseless in the end. Affirmations for success and wealth. I am successful in everything I do. I am joyfully receiving wealth and abundance in my life. I am moving towards money. I am creating money in my life. It is great to have money. I am ready for abundance. I am a rich person. I love the energy of money. Money enhances my positive power. I love life. I am a loving person. I am successful, and I love it. My life is a success story. I am a beautiful, lovable human being. I am successful in everything I do. I am willing and daring to go all the way. I will reach my goals joyfully and easily. I am always reaching my goals in one way or another. I am joyfully receiving wealth and abundance in my life. I am moving towards money. I am creating money in my life. It is great to have money. I love myself. I love all beings on this planet. I am so happy to be alive. I am creating riches to share with the whole world because it's my joy to share. Every day and in every way, I am getting better and better. Little by little, I am learning more about money, smart planning, and investing. Just because I might have debt does not make me a bad person. No matter how much money I have, I am making positive choices about what I am doing with it. I am learning to take more intelligent risk. I am confident that sensible risk-taking will help me build my financial future. I am choosing to take the time to take charge of my money. It's not a bit selfish to take good care of myself financially. It's self-respecting and self-caring, and ultimately makes my relationship with others richer and more satisfying. My loved ones enjoy, respect, and appreciate my financial knowledge, power, and success. I enjoy earning. I deserve to be wealthy. My job in business is one of the pipelines through which I tap the infinite wealth of the universe for my own desires. My personal connection to infinite being and infinite intelligence is enough to yield a huge personal fortune. People enjoy paying me for what I enjoy doing the most. Life always holds out as much goodness as I am willing to accept. I am enjoying creating value for the people that give me money. I have the right to give myself permission to become wealthy or do anything that I want. Each year, my money increases faster than I spend it. It takes less effort to be wealthy than it does to keep out the universal supply. Life rewards me with abundance. I deserve to be wealthy, rich, prosperous, and affluent. I am enjoying expressing my abundance. I enjoy expressing my abundance. I spend money wisely. I always have more money than I need. I bless all my bills with love. I pay all my bills on time easily. I enjoy spending. Every dollar I spend comes back multiplied. The more willing I am to enrich others, the more willing others are to enrich me. I now have a positive personal cash flow. I am worthy of having money in the bank. I am financially independent and solvent. I enjoy saving. A part of all that I earn is mine to keep. I enjoy investing. I find investing to be relaxing, easy, and safe. My income increases every day whether I am working, sleeping, or playing. All my investments are profitable. I don't have to work to get money. I am rich and wonderful. I am now earning a great big income doing what satisfies me. Something wonderful is happening to me today. I can feel it. All my bills are paid up in full, and I still have all this money. My affirmations work for me, whether I believe they will or not. This is for the skeptics among you. A lot more money is coming into my life. I deserve it and will use it for my good and others. All my clients praise me and pay me. I am a money magnet. Money comes to me easily and effortlessly, waking and sleeping. I am now highly pleasing to myself and other people's presence. I walk, talk, look, act, think, and am rich. I am a winner. I win often and I win big. I now receive large sums of money just for being me. My income is constantly increasing. I am a money magnet. Abundance surrounds me. I release all feelings of lack and limitation and gratefully accept blessings of joy and abundance. I am open to receiving the abundance of the universe. I choose abundance of all that is good. I choose to be positively abundant in all areas of my life. I recognize and embrace my ability to manifest my desires. The universe naturally and freely provides for all my needs, including those of my children. I expect and welcome good fortune abundantly at every moment of my life. I have unlimited abundance. Money comes to me easily and effortlessly. My prosperity is unlimited. I expect and embrace abundance every day. My income is growing higher and higher now. I am passionate about building wealth. I deserve and welcome financial abundance in my life now. I create abundant wealth easily and effortlessly. God provides me with more than enough abundance in my life. I am easily accepting abundance in my life now. I am financially secure. I am healthy and wealthy. I allow myself to prosper abundantly. I trust that I am creating abundance. I open myself to receive the abundance of the universe. I am open to abundance. I am saving more money every day. I am prosperous, healthy, and wealthy. I have a financially stable future for myself and my family. I value my money. I deserve to be abundantly prosperous. I am worthy of and open to receiving abundance. I am the source of my abundance. I am a powerful money magnet. I am receiving amount of unexpected income. I love money. I am abundantly wealthy now. Money comes to me effortlessly and abundantly. My connection with divine intelligence is blessing me with vast amounts of money. I am a money magnet, and money comes to me effortlessly and easily. I am grateful and happy for all that I have and all that I receive. I am prosperous. I have everything I need for a joyous, abundant life now. I effortlessly allow abundance in all areas of my life. Money is forever circulating in my life, and there is always a surplus. Wealth is an effortless result of my prosperity consciousness. Every day my bank balance is more than that of the previous day. I let go all internal struggle to earn more money. Through the power of my subconscious mind, I effortlessly attract all the wealth I need and desire. Being wealthy is my inherent right, and I claim it now. Money loves me. There is always an abundance of it in my life. Money is good. I am getting more and more prosperous day by day. I am successful at everything I do, and everything I do is a success. I am wealthy and successful. Money flows to me in ever-increasing quantities from multiple sources of income on a continuous basis. Balance and harmony rule my world. Everything that I desire is already a reality in my vibrational escrow, and it is making its way to me. I am free to choose what I want to experience in my life. I release all resistance to money. Circumstances have no power over me. I create within and manifest without. I deserve to be wealthy. I let go of all resistance to prosperity on a soul level. I am now aligned with the source energy. My wealth is increasing massively every day. I now have all the money that I want and need. I love money, and money loves me. I use it wisely, constructively, and judiciously. I am aligned with my higher self. Money is constantly circulating in my life. I release it with joy, and it returns to me multiplied in a wonderful way. Money flows to me in avalanches of abundance. I love money. I am grateful for the money flow in my life. Creating wealth and I are one. I enjoy being wealthy. I can be, do, and have anything that I desire. My imagination now creates all the wealth I desire. I am grateful and happy for all that I have and all that I receive. I effortlessly allow abundance in all areas of my life. As I focus upon feeling better, I find more and more treasures that allow me to feel good. Money flows into my life easily. I live an independent life that I choose to design however I want. Money ideas come to me easily. My life is magical. My life is blessed. I release the need to live in poverty. I am grateful for this perfect universe that brings me all that I desire. I consciously create my own reality. Everything in it is perfect. I am a magnet for money. Prosperity of every kind is drawn to me. Today is a delightful day. Money comes to me in expected and unexpected ways. The money that comes to me today is a pleasure to handle. I save some and spend some. Money is a state of consciousness that supports me. I allow prosperity to enter my life on a higher level than ever before. I move from poverty thinking to prosperity thinking, and my finances reflect this change. I delight in the financial security that is constant in my life. I give my financial burdens to God. I let go of fear. I know how to make money. Money flows easily to me. I receive money easily and effortlessly. Every day I make more money. I know what to do to make money. I enjoy making money. I am a money magnet. Money-making opportunities are all around me. I always find a way to finance what I want to do or have. I am always learning of new ways to create financial abundance. I will inevitably find one idea that will change my financial destiny. There is limitless supply, and it is mine. I always have an abundance of money to meet all of my needs. I am financially secure. This is a rich universe, and there is plenty for all of us. I have everything I need or want. I am wealthy. I allow myself to prosper. I deserve to be wealthy. I deserve to live in luxury. I am worthy of abundance. I trust that I will create abundance. I have more than I need in every area of my life. I am open to receiving the abundance of the universe. I love money. I love having money. Money is positive energy. I enjoy a steady flow of positive energy. I have plenty of time and money. I think big. I choose to serve a massive amount of people. I give myself permission to be financially aware. I give myself permission to change my relationship with money. I see opportunities all around me. I love spending money on my favorite causes. All of my debts are paid in full. I always pay my bills on time. I now have X amount of dollars in my checking account. I now have X amount of dollars in my savings account. I allow myself to make X amount of dollars or more each week. I am now creating multiple streams of income. I am now in the process of receiving X amount of dollars per month. I deserve to be wealthy because I create my wealth. I am now in the process of receiving work that is emotionally, physically, and financially rewarding for me. I am now in the process of attracting the perfect relationship for myself. Opportunities flow to me with ease. I prosper wherever I turn, and I know that I deserve prosperity of all kinds. The more grateful I am, the more reasons I find to be grateful. I pay my bills with love as I know abundance flows freely through me. I am now open to receive. Life is easy. I have an abundance of whatever I need. I now have surplus. All my needs are being met. I have unlimited abundance. I now give and receive freely. This is a rich universe, and there is plenty for all of us. I now live in a rich and loving universe. Money comes to me easily and effortlessly. I am always supplied with whatever I need. I look for and receive a bountiful supply. My greatest good is coming to me now. I am a success in all that I do. Everything I touch returns riches to me. I am always productive. My work is always recognized positively. I respect my abilities. I respect my abilities and always work to my full potential. I am constantly adding to my income. I always spend money wisely. I always have enough money for all that I need. I am rewarded for all the work I do. I am now wealthy. I deserve to be wealthy. I am now a financial genius. I am now highly pleasing to myself in the presence of other people. I now earn, save, spend, and invest my money wisely. My wealth is increasing massively every day. My money is now creating more money. My outstanding ideas, energy, and passion are now creating new wealth for me and others around me. I now give away massive amounts of wealth to causes that I believe in. All the investments I own are profitable. Every dollar I spend returns to me massively multiplied. I manage my money effectively with precision. I now have all the money that I want and need. I now give away large amounts of wealth wisely and intelligently. Every thought I have is now being transformed into massive financial abundance for me. I am now creating all of the wealth that I want and need. My imagination is now creating all the financial abundance that I desire. The more of my wealth that I give away wisely, the more my personal wealth explodes massively. I now seize my opportunities boldly and courageously, decisively applying my faith through my actions. My imagination now creates all the wealth I desire. Through my power of intention, I effortlessly attract all the wealth which I need and desire. I habitually give more than I get. I cheerfully go the extra mile in every task I undertake. I am now accumulating vast amounts of wealth consistent with my integrity and honesty. I respectfully accept the gifts of others with the knowledge that these gifts were intended to gratify the giver more than the receiver. I am now receptive to unexpected gifts of wealth. I am a gracious giver and receiver. When I think wealthy thoughts, I become more wealthy in all aspects of my life. My wealth is now multiplying and creating more wealth easily and effortlessly. My financial abundance is now exploding massively 24 hours a day, even when I am playing, eating, and sleeping. I am now surrounded by an ocean of wealth, and I draw from this ocean all I need. My job is my personal pipeline, from which I tap the infinite wealth from my world economy for my personal desires. I am now earning massive amounts of wealth doing what I love to do while rendering useful service to other people. Through my power of my subconscious mind, I effortlessly attract all the wealth I need and desire. I am a money magnet. Money is forever circulating in my life, and there is always a surplus. I have a responsibility to accumulate vast sums of wealth through useful service to others and to give it back to society through gifts that have benefit the entire community. I project wealth and good fortune to each person I meet. Large amounts of money are coming to me. Money flows to me easily and naturally, just as the waves flow to the shore. I deserve great sums of money and use it to help myself and others. I am putting more loving energy into my work, and this is providing me with a larger and larger income. The more money I have, the more money I have to give. I am like a magnet to money. It is attracted to me. My financial worth increases every day, regardless of what I do. I am learning and growing every day, which makes me more valuable to the world. Money is always circulating freely in my life, and there is always a surplus. Every dollar I spend circulates, enriches the economy, and comes back to me multiplied. I see money as a useful tool. The more money I have, the more money I can use to help myself and others. I am free of partners who spam others. Making money in a business is easy. I am a money magnet. I always have more money than I need. I can afford to buy everything I want. The universe is abundant and prosperous. Any money I make is far less than the service I offer. Because I am such a positive resource, people love to do business with me. Each business action I take enhances and expands my life. Each day I discover new ways to improve and grow my business. Every action I take supports and expands my company's potential. Everyone loves to do business with me because I deliver the goods. I always give more in value than I receive in cash. I am a natural entrepreneur. I am always creating new markets for the products I provide. I am always creating new markets for the services I offer. I am attracting new customers every day. I am changing lives for the better. I am constantly added income to my ever-growing business. I am my own boss, and I love my job. I am setting up an exciting new business for myself. I am so happy and grateful for all the fantastic orders I receive every day. I am so happy and grateful for all the wonderful customers that support my business. I am so very grateful to own a thriving home-based business. I am thrilled to be starting my own business. I attract new clients daily. I effortlessly channel my energy into working on my business. I employ loyal, trustworthy people. I employ the most positive staff for my company. I have a great vision for my business, which I work towards every day. I have a reliable support team that keeps my company running smoothly. I have a successful business that improves everyone's lives, including mine. I have hundreds of new customers every week. I have the perfect business for me. I have what it takes to be a successful entrepreneur. I know how to attract loyal customers to my business. I know that a positive attitude is as important as credentials. I know what people want, and I give them that plus more. I love running my own company. I love working from home. I make wise and profitable business decisions every day. I manage my business with honesty and integrity. I now have the perfect business for my talents and skills. I offer exceptional value for money. I only recommend or sell products I believe in 100%. I provide all of my employees with opportunities to advance their careers. I serve humanity with the practical products I offer. I serve humanity with the valuable services I provide. I stay informed about my business. I succeed by helping my clients succeed. I take active steps to improve my business each passing day. I take great pride in what our company has to offer. I take the initiative in difficult business situations. I constantly attract success-minded entrepreneurs to assist me to grow my business. I am a brilliant and savvy business person. I have a billion-dollar brain. I have all the skills, intelligence, contacts, and money and perspective I need right now to create an incredible masterpiece with my business. I have great abundance flowing into my business, which affords each luxury I desire. I am very focused and persistent. I am wealthy and successful every day in all that I do. I have absolute certainty in my ability to generate any amount of income I choose. I am committed, determined, and passionate about what I do. I have all the resources I need right now to become a multimillionaire. I accomplish my financial goals with ease, applying sound and honest business practices. I am a master at what I do. I am a leader, and I attract leaders into my business. I am building a successful and important business that will assist in making a difference in my life and the lives of those I touch. People are very eager to purchase my products. People love to do business with me because I care about my customers. What I offer through my company has tremendous value. With every breath I take, I am bringing more and more business opportunities into my life. My company spans the globe. My internet business is incredibly successful. My internet revenue increases exponentially. My internet website is attracting new patrons every day. My new business offers incredible potential. My online business is a great success. My online business is successful because I offer my expertise freely. My online business is the most popular in its field. My partner and I work brilliantly together. My profits increase weekly. My services are in huge demand. My unwavering service to the betterment of others provides me with infinite abundance. My website is increasingly popular because I know exactly what people want. My work is a labor of love. My business is booming. New customers are attracted to my business, and I warmly welcome them all. People are extremely eager to engage my services. People are really excited to do business with me. I believe in myself and in my company. I build my business with understanding and dedication. I contribute to the lives of others through the abundant services I provide. I started right away. I know exactly what I want to accomplish. I contribute to the lives of others through the incredible products I offer. I deliver true value through my work. I easily attract new customers every day. I easily attract the perfect employees for my business. I easily get the funds I need to help grow my business. I make a prioritized list of what I need to do and get. Make sure you continually state these affirmations throughout the day so that you can change your mindset in the most efficient way possible. Positive affirmations should become an everyday habit, and with practice they will become second nature. As you become more and more comfortable with affirmations, you should compile your own list. Your affirmations will be much more personable and relatable to your own goals. This will help you manifest exactly what you want. If you have enjoyed this audiobook, please take the time to listen to this free preview of our other book in this series, Affirmations for Positive Thinking. This audiobook will provide you with many additional strategies and techniques that you can start using today to change your mindset. The more strategies you utilize on your journey, the easier it will be to alter your subconscious mind. According to research, we have anywhere from 45,000 to 51,000 thoughts each day. This means we have around 150 to 300 thoughts per moment. It has also been proven that about 80% of these thoughts are negative or damaging to ourselves. With this information, we can begin to understand how our subconscious thoughts can continually bring us down and cause us to feel negative about ourselves. The solution is to reprogram yourself by targeting your subconscious mind. Affirmations will make you more cognizant of your thoughts. By having favorable thoughts, you will become aware of the negative thoughts that are trying to take over your thinking. It is true that you get what you think most about. Therefore, by having negative thoughts, you attract negativity into your life. One negative thought can lead to 10 more, and ultimately you will realize how your life is not what you wish it was. There is an evident snowball effect that happens with your thinking. Have you ever realized how once something negative happens to you in the morning, it only gets worse from there? You think to yourself that it's a terrible day because you spilled your coffee. And sure enough, the day only gets worse from there. You arrive late to a client meeting, or you end up missing an important deadline at work. However, it doesn't have to be this way. By changing your thoughts, you can change your emotions and develop a better understanding of how you can control your mind. By practicing daily affirmations, you can consciously change your thoughts. When you affirm something, it means that you are outwardly stating something positive. This is a statement in which you assert that which you wish was real. An affirmation is not simply a wish. As you will learn in this book, it isn't as simple as saying, "I wish I was a millionaire." You have to state it in a positive manner and in present tense. When you affirm your goals as if they have already come to fruition, your subconscious mind can't tell the difference. This way, your subconscious mind will aid you in changing your reality. Here are just a few examples of affirmations so that you can easily understand what we're referring to. Money comes to me in abundant quantities and from many different sources. I am so happy in my new dream home. I am grateful for having great health. My mind is clear and I feel at peace with my thoughts and decisions. Once you put affirmations into practice, they will become a part of your daily life, and you will notice how your negative thoughts become to subside. There will be many more affirmations at the end of the book that you can use to change your mindset effectively. Positivity will take over and you will feel a sense of well-being, self-confidence, and ambitiousness. Affirmation works for any aspect of your life, such as money, health, happiness, confidence, relationships, and anything else you might be struggling with. Confidence. If you are shy or lack confidence, you can use affirmations that will help you become self-assured. By repeating these affirmations frequently, you can increase your confidence and become more outgoing. You will realize that with practice, the negative views you have of yourself will start to decrease. You will see yourself as a different person, and the negative aspects that were holding you back from being outgoing will diminish. Your mind is what is keeping you from being more confident. Finance. When it comes to money, affirmations will help you understand the mental barriers you might have concerning your income. Your subconscious mind is limiting your income by making you believe that you aren't able to earn more than you already do, or that you don't have the skills to make more money. By using affirmations, you can learn how to change your mindset so that your subconscious mind will help you acquire more income in ways you would have otherwise never imagined. New ideas and business opportunities will find you, and you will realize that you can increase your income much easier than you would imagine. Health. A lot of times it seems like our health is out of control. We don't choose to get sick or inherit illness from our parents. However, our minds control the way we feel, and by being in a positive state of mind, it can help us heal much quicker and prevent issues that might come from stress. Being stressed will cause you to have negative thoughts and emotions which can prevent you from obtaining better health. Instead, by using positive affirmations that are health-related, you can keep yourself from getting sick. You can gain new insight into how you can improve your health. The mental clarity will guide you into eating better, exercising more, and other habits that will set you up for success. Happiness. Happiness is a mindset. You can change your mood by using affirmations when you are feeling negative. If you are at a difficult point in life, you can change the way you think and attract happiness into your life. Happiness holds a different meaning for many people. You might be happy once you obtain a material possession, or you might be seeking something that can't be purchased. Whatever it is that makes you happy, it can be achieved through positive thinking. With practice, you will be able to increase your mindfulness. Eventually, you can take a negative feeling or thought and change it into something positive. Your current problems will be seen as opportunities to help you learn and grow. Relationships. By keeping a positive state of mind, you can change the type of people you are currently attracting into your life. The saying, "You must love yourself first," is very true. You might not be treating yourself with the respect and love you deserve. If you are constantly having negative thoughts and emotions about yourself, you are making it hard for others to have positive feelings for you. If you have negative emotions, you will attract people that reaffirm your negativity. However, by using positive affirmations, you can change the way you think of yourself, making yourself more confident and ultimately realizing the type of people you actually want in your life. By using positive affirmations, you can take back command of your thoughts and the information that feeds into your subconscious mind. It will help you flood your mind with positive thoughts that will change every aspect of your life. In order for the affirmations to work for you, it is essential that you understand how they work and how to use them. This book will be your guide into helping you achieve clarity, mindfulness, and inner peace through different strategies. After we have covered all the techniques, you will be able to effectively put affirmations to work in your life. You will learn about meditation, affirmative prayer, changing your diet, exercising, using mantras, and much more. As you might already know, changing your mindset doesn't happen overnight. This is why this guide will help you change many aspects of your life so that your mind will be more receptive to positive affirmations.